Durgasoft and Django sessions. Okay, now let me start. In the last session, I hope I told what is a web application. I covered just a basic idea, sir. What is web application? Any application which provide support, which provide services over the web is by default considered as web application, like gmail.com, next and after that yahoo.com, these Yahoo, or otherwise facebook.com, Twitter, all these things are web applications, right? Okay, remember that web applications, right? Next, every web application has two important components are there. What is the first component is front end. Regarding what is the first component is front end, second component is back end, sir. Every web application contains two important components, front end and the back end. Sir, what you are seeing, sir, I'm seeing, suppose if I open facebook.com, assume that if I open facebook.com, okay, facebook.com, if I open this one, what I'm seeing, this thing itself is nothing but front end. The name itself indicates, right, front end. What is the meaning of front end? Array, so that person seems to be front end, is back end, there's a big story is there, something like front end means what we are seeing is by default considered front end, sir. What we are seeing, okay, seeing itself is by default considered as front end. Okay, sir, how you can develop front end, right? So to develop front end, the required technologies are compulsory, mandatory technology. Without that, you never going to talk about web application, you never going to talk about, sir, you never going to talk about web application, you never going to talk about front end. What is that, sir? HTML. Regarding HTML, compulsory must be required, sir. Without that, you can't do anything in the web area. So first thing. Second one, sir, if you observe, this is just a HTML. HTML is nothing but something like raw data. So which is the responsible? So to what we call to design the page, what content I want to display. Sir, for the page, it specifies the structure of the page. But for this HTML, some fair and lovely, lipstick, these kind of styles must be required. Regarding that, so HTML, for the HTML, some colors must be required, some borders must be required, sir, some fonts must be required, some styling must be required. Regarding like fair and lovely, lipstick, these kind of things. So who is the responsible to do that? CSS. Regarding that, CSS. So CSS is not the mandatory technology. Happily, sir, it is optional. Even it is optional, but every web application is going to use, right? Because no one is going to show basic HTML pages to the end user. Remember this one, sir. Suppose how many of you? So some people, so may not that much interest to use the fair and lovely, lipstick, these kind of things. But anyway, minimum at least sandalwood or otherwise powder, something like you people are going to use, right? Okay, just observe. So even it is not mandatory technology, but still every web application is going to use this one, right? Okay, like a CSS. Can you please tell in a single word what is the purpose of CSS? Please respond. What is the purpose of CSS? Okay, CSS for to style HTML page. Are you getting? For styling purpose. To style HTML page, to style HTML page, we should go for CSS. Okay, like what is the next thing we require to talk about, sir? JavaScript. Observe that JavaScript. Now, suppose HTML is already there. What is the need of JavaScript? Remember this one, sir. HTML never talks about dynamic content. Remember that, sir. HTML never talks about dynamic content. Okay, if you want to provide dynamic content, okay, dynamic content, something like I will provide my username and password, my mails information I want to see, I will provide my username and password, my account balance I have to see. So account balance, your inbox, mail inbox is varied from time to time, person to person. Such a type of response is by default considered as what? Dynamic response. Remember there. So if you want that dynamic response, we are going to use multiple things, right? In that one thing is not even JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript, the main purpose is to add the functionality to HTML page. Are you getting simple words, sir? So what is the purpose of CSS? to style HTML pages. What is the purpose of JavaScript? To add the functionality to HTML page. Everyone can able to understand, right? So by using mainly these three components, who is the responsible to do the front end? We can able to develop by using these three technologies, right? Everyone can able to understand, right? So something like assume that sir, HTML is nothing but some pages, sir. Assume HTML itself is nothing but some page, like observe that it is some pages, sir. I'm taking HTML itself is some page. Sir, some colors are required. Are you getting? Some colors are required, some lipstick, all these things must be required. Something like, who is going to take care? Who is going to take care all these colors and so on? So sometimes, do you know, styles must be required, borders must be required, some styles and borders, everything must be required. Who is going to take care? Sir, CSS is going to take care. Now this HTML page, sir, required some hands to do some action. So how it is going to do that? For that, JavaScript must be required. Everyone can able to understand, right? So HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Remember, by using these three, we are going to develop front end. Okay, sir, still some more advanced technologies are there, sir, like jQuery, Bootstrap, like some more advanced technologies are there, sir. By using these, still we can able to develop front end application, front end very effectively. These things are advanced thing, but internally, again, these things are going to use these basic components only, these basic technologies only, right? Yes, Ajax also. Like make sure these are various things what you people should aware, sir. But anyway, the part of our session, these things I'm going to discuss, I'm sure. HTML I will discuss, CSS I will discuss, JavaScript I will discuss, jQuery and Bootstrap, all these things I will discuss. Still, if anything is required, I may check the possibility. But as of now, my commitment is these many things definitely I will discuss at least 20 days minimum, so that in your lifetime, if any person is asking, oh, do you know CSS, do you know JavaScript, do you know jQuery, hey, I'm the king in that area, like you should tell. Okay, let me consider Basura's, okay, Ajax case also, let me consider. Okay, now that's all. These are various important things what you should aware front end. So just observe up to this whatever we covered, sir. So what front end? Every web application contains two components, front end and back end. Front end means what we are seeing. We can develop front end applications by using front end components, by using these technologies. Up to this is the clear? Any doubt? We covered already all these cinema in the last sessions only. Up to this, any doubt? Please respond. Up to this, any doubt? Okay, that's all. Now, sir, what about backend? What about backend, sir? Sir, suppose whenever I send username and password, observe that whenever I send username and password, okay, in my mail or otherwise in my account, okay. So here Gmail is there. Enter username and password. Assume that enter username and password. I entered username and password. Submit button, right? Once I entered username and a password, submit. Immediately I'm going to get inbox page. Correct or not? If it is the valid, if it is the valid, then immediately I'm going to get a inbox page. Correct or not? So now my question is, you can able to see inbox. You can able to see inbox, right? Inbox page, a list of mails you can able to see. This is nothing but front end, because what you are seeing itself is the front end. But who is the responsible to generate? Who is the responsible to generate this front end? Remember this. Who is the responsible to generate this front end content? In the back end, there are some people are there. Those people are responsible to generate this front end content. So front end is going to this. Front end talks about what the end user is seeing. But backend talks about what thing I have to display in the front end. Who is the responsible to prepare this data for the end user? Backend component is the responsible, right? So in the backend, again, if we are talking about backend of any application, there are three things will come in the picture. One is language matters a lot. Sometimes we know backend code we may write in by using Python. We may write by using Java, or we may write by using PHP. Again, backend code we can able to write by using Python, Java, PHP, several languages we are going to use, right? Okay. Similarly, do you know if you want to build an application, we never recommended to develop the code each line by line, and so on. Are you getting that? So compulsory we require to use some frameworks. Are you getting? So that our life by default very easy. Remember that, sir. So compulsory we require to use some frameworks. We never want to develop from the scratch applications like from the scratch applications like, suppose I want to develop, I want to write code for, just observe that, I want to write code for something like test.py. I want to write just can you please write the code? Can you please write the code to read some data, and after that do some action and display some output? Are you getting? Read the data and process that data, and then print that data to the console. Like, sir, in our normal Python programs, we are going to do each and everything on our own. Remember that. But if you are going to use a framework, our life will become very easy. Minimum 70% of our application development, is going to be done by using frameworks only. Remember that, sir. Okay. So now, which is going to provide, sir, the most repeatedly used activities my framework is going to take care, so that programmer's life will become very easy. Such a type of thing is nothing but framework. Swarup, are you able to understand? Okay. So this is what the meaning of framework is. So some good programming practices to develop application, and we are going to get some ready-made support from the framework. Suppose best example, how I can able to tell is, suppose I want something like what we call, do you know, have you ever eat Maggie? You are not kid, then now you can eat Maggie. Usually in my house, my small kid is there every time, Maggie, like, do you know, right? Maggie. Have you ever heard about Maggie? Yes. Yeah. Swarup, especially you have to respond. Maggie, you know, right? Sir, Maggie, how much time, if you want to eat Maggie, what we will go? Sir, already in the shop, everything is ready-made, is available. Just boil the water, keep that, and then start eating. Are you getting that? Is it easy or not? Almost 70 to 80% of the things are already prepared. Just what we require to do? Just boil the water, keep that, and 5 minutes just boil, and then, sir, happily you can able to eat. Correct or not? Swarup, yes, sir. What that thing is nothing but something like our framework. Remember this. Sir, best example, suppose I want to generate a random number. Assume that, sir. Best example, you can able to understand very easily. I want to generate a random number from 1 to 100. This is about my requirement, right? Can you please write the logic for that? Are you able to understand? From 1 to 100, you have to generate some random number. Swarup, now can you please write the logic for that? Oh, do you know what we have to do is, what we require to do here? So generate 1 to 100 random minimum, okay, some 200, 300 lines of the code we require to do that. Correct or not? If you are responsible to generate some random number on your own, then automatically minimum 300 lines of the code you require to do that. But sir, what I will take? Import random. Random module is already there with us. Are you getting? Random module is already there with us. Are you getting right? Now print of random. Okay, print of random dot rand int. Correct, right? Rand int 1 to 100 like this. I'm taking, sir. That's all. Now if you run this code, then automatically, happily, do you know? Yes, some random number by default is going to be generated. Are you getting? Some random number by default is going to be generated in between 1 and 100. I hope, Swarup, now you are able to get right what is the framework. Sir, here library is going to do my job easy. Like that, at the application level, web application level, we are going to use frameworks. So the common mistakes prevented by framework common mistakes prevented by framework. Next and after that, more repeated activities my framework is going to do, that my life will become very, very easy. So compulsory, whenever we are talking about application, web application development, compulsory what we require, sir, language must be required. Next, some framework we require to use. Everyone can able to understand, right? Some framework we require to use. What those frameworks, right? Do you know Struts framework? Have you ever heard about, anyone heard about Struts? These days anyway deprecated. Anyone heard about Struts framework? Struts framework almost gone. It's the deprecated, right? Next time after that, these days full okay, hype in the market, sir. Spring MVC. Anyone aware? Spring MVC, have you heard about? These things are from Java background. These things are from Java background, right? Remember that. Next time after that, sir, do you know Django? This is a Python related framework. Regarding that, so Struts, Spring MVC, these things are nothing but, we can use the word, okay, Java based web application development frameworks, right? Okay, but Django. Next time after that, Flask, Django, Flask. Next time after that, what is the next cinema is pyramid. These kind of things are nothing but related to backend, regarding frameworks related to Python related frameworks, right? Now there is one very important. So what is the difference between Spring MVC and Django? I mean, which is the more what we call more hype in the market? Yes, Jyotiranjan, just take yeah, more remain. Who is that person who asked this one? Reddy, what is your name? Yes, 1 minute please, 1 minute, someone. Reddy, Vishnuvardhan Reddy, yeah, Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Yes, sir. So Spring MVC and Django, both are different, sir. One is to develop web applications by using Java. We will go for this MVC framework. Next, if you want to develop web applications by using Python, then automatically we can go for that. Yes. Okay, Prithvi, yes, correct. Node.js, AngularJS, even these things we are going to use backend, other backend languages. Okay, remember that. Next, what is the next terminology? Observe that, sir. What is the next one? Very, very important things, right? Okay, like next 1 minute. Gokul is asking some another doubt, sir. Sir, we have a lot of front-end, back-end technologies and framework. Why we need Django especially? Sir, that's all. This is the reason for that is, sir, if you can ask any person why the Django is the best choice, why the people are always going to use. Sir, when compared with other frameworks, sir, development will become a bit relatively fast. Next and after that, security. Next, more secure. Next and after that, more scalable. Remember that. So Django is the most popular web application framework for Python, sir. We are not required to pay single paisa also. It is the freeware. Next, at the same time, it is the best when compared with the remaining frameworks. Okay, like but anyway, sir, make sure it is you can use other frameworks also. That depends on the client requirement. But Django is one popular framework for Python web application development. Remember that. Okay, like next, which framework is more powerful, or Spring or Django? Then obviously just I can use the word. If you want to build enterprise applications, need not be web application areas, sir. Enterprise application, then compulsory we should go for Spring. Rajesh, observe that. Enterprise level, Spring is the best choice. Web application level, Django is the best choice. Clear, right? Next, yes, that's the difference. Yes, is Django MVC framework? Yes, MVC. Next, MVT, something is there. Don't worry about that. We will discuss in detail why we are worry about all these things. Comparison between Django and Flask. Once after developing first application with Django and Flask, then you can able to say which one is the easy, why the people are going to prefer Django. Like this we are going to talk. Don't worry about some next level things, right? Okay, up to this is the clear. Are you able to understand? Okay, yes. Okay, just aware. Next, and after that, third one, sir, to develop any web application, in the third compulsory we require to talk about database also. Are you getting? Compulsory we require to talk about database also. Yes, you can use based on your comfort. Okay, learning stage, you can use any database, no problem at all. Okay, MySQL. Next and after that, you know, SQLite, there are multiple databases are there. If you work, sir, here one very important point I have to talk, sir. There are several people, sir, which is the best, which is, what is the difference and so on. Just a few important points I want to talk about that. Okay, make sure, sir. If you know Java language, you can work with Python very easily. Correct or not? The people who know already Java, learning Python, are you feeling definitely a bit easier or not? Please respond. Please respond. The people who already aware Java or C language or C++, Python really is a very easy or not? Yes, obviously very easy. Similarly, if you learn the Django, one framework, okay, working with the Flask, working with Pyramid, nothing is there. Just a matter of 1 hour or 2 hours you require to spend. You should be in a position to develop applications very easily. That's why don't worry much about, sir, if once I committed for Django, my lifetime with Django only, like that, don't feel. It is not wife. Remember that, it's not wife. Remember, okay, if it is a wife, then lifelong we have to commit. No. Are you able to understand that? Okay, wife wise, you have to take very much care. But framework wise, you are not required to take that much care, sir. Once we know Django, okay, then remaining things you can able to work very easily, man. Based on the client requirement, anything we are going to do that. You are not going to marry any framework. Why? You are keeping that much sentiment with the frameworks. Okay, one thing. Next and after that, okay, if you know Oracle, then working with MySQL, working with SQLite, it is a very, very easy, man. Best example, yesterday, I hope there are several people, my Python students attended PDBC concept, Python database connectivity. Anyone attended? Anyone attended? Yes, almost 2 hours I spent on Oracle. How to work with Oracle? 2 hours I spent. But how to work with MySQL database? How much time we required? Are you getting? How much time we spend? 10 to 15 minutes. Oddly 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Are you getting right? So that thing is enough. Because the reason is same queries only, same process only, same methods only. There is no difference at all. That's what I'm telling. If you know one database, working with other databases, nothing. If you know one programming language, working with other programming language is nothing. If you know one framework, working with other frameworks, nothing, sir. Don't keep any sentiments with the technology, language, any framework. Okay, based on client requirement. Based on client requirement, you have to work. That's all. Anything you require to dig and you require to work. Yes. Okay, that's all. This is what you people should aware, sir. So MongoDB is better than others. Yes, it may be. In some areas it may be good, but maybe some limitations also, man. Okay, these days the people are very frequently using like this type of words. Okay, now just take a bit very, very special care, sir. What is the web application? Up to this, just whatever I covered. What is the web application? Now, sir, every web application contain how many components? What is front end and what is back end? Okay, front end, what we are seeing is nothing but front end. So what content should be displayed, or what content should be sent to front end is going to be decided by, is going to be prepared by backend mainly consists of language, framework and the database. Any doubt up to this? Any doubt? Yeah, there is a Shashank. He is asking one small doubt, sir. Maybe this knowledge must be required for you people, right? Okay, maybe this knowledge must be required for you people. Just observe. His doubt is, what is the difference between web application and enterprise application? Okay, remember what is the difference between web application and enterprise application, sir? Do you know web application we can able to develop by using only web related technologies? It can able to provide services over the web. Best example, facebook.com. Are you getting? facebook.com, twitter.com, Twitter.com. Next and after that, gmail.com. These are simple web applications, right? But enterprise application means some more superior application. Suppose bank application is there, sir. Banking. You can swipe the card in the ATM machine, or you can perform online transfer, or you can go to the bank and then there you can perform, sir, deposit or withdraw, something like that. Don't feel, sir, only open the browser, send a request, perform the required activity. No, there are several other things also. There are several other activities also. We are going to do that in the bank application, right? So it's not only application. There are a number of activities, more superior. Such type of applications are nothing but enterprise applications. Remember this one, sir. Such type of applications are nothing but one enterprise applications. Best example for enterprise application, banking application. Are you getting? Next and after that, telecom based application. Banking application, telecom based application, like telecom application. Next, so like, do you know these kind of things are by default considered? Yes. Okay, these kind of things by default considered, yeah, enterprise applications, right? Enterprise applications are more superior applications than web applications, right? Remember that. Okay. Next, why can't we make enterprise applications with the Python? Yes, we can able to do, but much support is not there in the Python. Remember that. So, if you go for Spring framework, for every enterprise level activity, there are separate modules are available, right? But in Python, main concentration is always web application area. Next and after the data science area, machine learning area, like that. That's why, so the corresponding libraries which are required to build enterprise application in Python not that much strong. Are you getting right? Vishnuvardhan Reddy? Okay, because of that Python is not that much suitable for that, right? Suppose in the elementary school, you can able to learn, okay, 1 to 5th, or otherwise 1 to 5th. In the high school, you can able to learn 6th to 10th, like this, right? Sir, why you are not going to study intermediate in the high school? Are you getting? Why you are not going to study intermediate in the high school? Because the facilities, the faculties, so are available only up to 10th only. If you want to go for +2, then compulsory next level we require to go for. Are you able to understand, right? So the facilities are not that much strong in Python to build enterprise level applications. Vishnuvardhan Reddy, are you getting right? But if you go for machine learning, if you go for data science area, immediately Python is telling, hey, I will provide full support, man. Like, can you ask the same question Java? Hey Java, can you please provide support for machine learning and data science? Then automatically Java is always going to see surroundings. Sorry, I can't provide support. Are you getting? Sorry, I can't provide support. But can you please provide support to build? Can you please provide support to build web application? Both the people are ready. Can you please provide support for enterprise application? Java is going to tell, hey, I can provide support. But if you can ask Python is going to see surroundings. Are you getting that? Observe. So every language having some weaknesses and strengths. Okay, like make sure you should aware. Okay, sir, I hope you can able to understand web application are what we call sub application. Superior applications are nothing but enterprise applications, right? Remember, if you want big enterprise level banking applications, telecom application, next what we call signaling systems, railway signaling systems, like so these kind of things is by default considered as enterprise applications, right? Just open the browser, send a request, getting the response. Open browser, send a request, get the response. Such a type of things are nothing but web applications. Remember, are you getting at very top level? The basic idea. Now Django is the framework which can be used to develop. I forgot. Django is the framework which can be used to develop web applications. By using which programming language? Python. Which database? Okay, remember Django provide inbuilt database SQLite. Remember that, sir? SQLite. Django provide inbuilt data type database SQLite. If you are not happy with that SQLite, you can able to integrate with the other databases also. No problem at all. That's all, friends. This is the basic idea what you people should aware, what is front end, what is back end. Okay, so especially when compared with Java, when compared with other languages, especially Java, so the biggest advantage with the Python is, for every activity, libraries are available. For every requirement, libraries are available, so that programmer life will become very, very easy, sir. Okay, very, very easy. Next and after that, learning Python is also very simple and very easy. Remember that, yeah, very, very simple and very easy. Okay. Next and after that, very less code we require to write. We are not required to write big code, sir. We are not required to write big code in the Python. That's why to develop web applications by using Python, obviously I can use the word, it is the best choice. Remember that. Next, developing web application by using the Django framework. Django itself is sir, very, very recommended, because it is telling that it is the fast, it's a very speedily it's going to work. Next, it's the secure and it's the scalable. Okay, secure, scalable. Tomorrow I want to add one more module, no problem at all. Okay, like such type of scalability you can able to expect in the Django. Like once we develop one application, then you will get much clarity, because we don't know anything in the Django, then automatically, so we may not just let it continue. As of now, Django is the best. As of now, Python is the best. As of now, SQLite is the best. We are using these developing web application by using these three. Like that, you can consider. Once we develop a web application, then you can think about, why Django only? Why you should not use Flask? I will go for a small application by using Flask. Then you can able to say, oh, Flask is this reference, Django is the reference. Like you can able to get. Clear, right? Up to this, any doubt? Yeah. So Arpita, building web application is the free or it cost? What you mean? What it means? I didn't get you. Building web application is the free or it costs? Yes. What you were meaning? I didn't understand your question. Okay. I mean, is it going to happen at low cost or not? Is it your doubt? Can we develop it on our own? Nothing. Yeah, you can able to do that. So really, if you want to build web application, okay, tomorrow some arpita.com or Djangoclasses.com. If you want to do that, then automatically matter of 1 day job. Or get a matter of 2,000 to 3,000 rupees is the cost. One domain you require to take, one hosting space you require to take. Next and after that, application in the live. Are you getting that? Okay, so it's very easy, very easy. Okay, it's a not cost. 3,000 rupees is more enough. Okay, right. Yeah. So I hope Mallikarjuna, I hope, I'm not sure, sir. I hope let me. Okay, we will while the things going on, definitely the scope I will explain, sir. Okay, that's all. Venkatraju. So as of now, I'm using this what we call Windows. Let me check the possibility of using Ubuntu also. But there inside Ubuntu is also more or less the same thing only, right? Yeah. Okay, that's all. Now, yeah, definitely SQLite I'm going to handle. Don't worry about that. At least the basic, because I'm not going to talk about complete full database. Okay, whatever required for our Django, definitely I will discuss SQLite. Srinivasrao sir. Yeah. Can I continue right up to this? Any doubt? Up to this, any doubt? Okay, that's all. Now, these are the things what you people should aware. What is front end? What is the back end? Like this, right? Now, my question is, take a bit very special care. Now, my plan is, first I will talk about, sir, front end technologies. Are you getting? First, I will talk about front end technologies, right? So, in the front end technologies, what I'm going to discuss, right? HTML, I told already, sir, not required to repeat again. HTML, I will discuss. CSS, I will discuss. JavaScript, I am discussing. Next and after that, jQuery, and then we are going to talk about Bootstrap. These are things I'm going to discuss, right? Almost around 20 days minimum, I'm going to spend only on these things. After completing that, just the Python, the basic overview sessions I will take for few overview sessions, maybe 3 or 4 sessions, or otherwise 1 weekend or 2 weekends every week, some 3 hours like that. I will take overview sessions which are required minimum for Django. Okay, for Django, whatever required minimum basics, like I will discuss, right? Sir, once that thing is completed, then we are going to talk Django, almost around 1 month course. Okay, like a total, sir, better to spend with me minimum 2 months, sir. Okay, that's all. The people who are expecting, sir, what is the course duration and so on, that's it. The people who don't want to attend front end, then happily what you can able to do, you can log in for the session after 1 month or otherwise after at least 20 days. Okay, like that's all. This is about what our plans are. Clear, right? Up to this, any doubt? Okay, that's all. Sir, now next cinema, what I'm going to discuss for you people, right? HTML, sir. Let me start the cinema of HTML. Matter of 2 or 3 sessions I will talk, or otherwise 4 or 5 also. That depends on our speed. Okay, now let me talk about HTML. Okay, can you please tell what is the meaning of HTML? Can you please tell abbreviation for HTML? Even I may not aware. Very innocent people like me are there. We don't know what is abbreviation for HTML also. Can you please tell? Hypertext markup language. Regarding hypertext markup language itself is the HTML, right? Sir, this is the most basic building block for every web application, sir. The most, sir, if you want to develop web application, can you please tell compulsory required basic technology, basic building block is nothing but HTML only. This is the most basic building block for every web application, right? Sir, without using HTML, we can't build web applications. It is the mandatory technologies, right? Remember that it is the mandatory technology, compulsory, right? Okay, sir, simple, sir. Can you please tell any web application what you know? What you know? Can you please tell any web application? One name you can spell out. One name you can spell out. YouTube.com, Facebook.com, next Google.com. Okay, sir, flight booking website, maybe Amazon.com and so on. Now observe that, sir. I want to open Facebook.com. Already open, sir. Okay, Facebook.com. Can you please, is it a web page or not? Please respond. Is it a web front end or not? Front end, it is a web page. In this, can you please tell HTML is there or not? Ayo, in this HTML is there or not? So over the web by using browser, if you are seeing something, it is always web. It is always right HTML only. Sir, where is HTML, sir? Can you please show? Where is the HTML? Can you please show? Right click, view page source. Right click, view page source. Then automatically you can able to see, sir, the corresponding HTML page. If you want, observe that. Wow, wonderful, sir. Have you observed? This total thing is nothing but HTML. This total thing is nothing but HTML. Sir, don't worry. Sir, this much we require to learn. Are you getting that? This much we require to learn. Nothing. We are not going to learn this much. Don't worry, sir. Facebook is not a simple application, right? Okay, bigger application. That's why several things are required. Don't worry about this. Sir, here, have you observed, right? Have you observed? This is the doc type. What is the doc type, sir? HTML. Regarding what is the doc type, sir? It is the HTML. Remember that, okay? So this is what you people should aware. Everything in the web, you are seeing something in the browser, it is by default HTML only. Okay, Amazon.in. Okay, Amazon.in. Sir, if you open Amazon.in, okay, Amazon.in. Okay, like this is the Amazon, sir. Sir, is it a web application or not? Yes, because you are seeing. Next and after that, is it is it web application or not? Yes, itself is the web application only. Sir, is it HTML or not? Yes, man. Right click, view page source. Right click, view page source. Then automatically the total HTML source, what you are saying, this is the view page source. Are you getting right? Now I hope, can you please cross check, sir, what is this doc type? What is this doc type? Is nothing more like this one is the HTML only. Remember that. Everyone can able to understand? Yeah. Swarup, we will discuss. Don't worry. Sir, that's all. This is about what is the meaning? What is the meaning of like HTML? It's a mandatory, right? Basic building block to develop web applications. Itself is nothing but HTML, right? Next, so HTML. Without that, you can't do anything in the web area, I'm sure. Next, what is the use of CSS for the HTML? Can you please tell what is the use of CSS for the HTML? Just for Just for styling. Have you observed, right? Just for styling purpose, right? Next time after that, what is the use of JavaScript for HTML? Can you please spell out what the need or what is the use of JavaScript for HTML? For adding functionality, or getting for adding functionality, validations kind of thing, dynamic content generation, these kind of things who are responsible to do that's all JavaScript. HTML with JavaScript, CSS will become more powerful instead of HTML alone. Remember this one, sir. Okay, like next what we require to do, of course, what is the next thing we have to talk about, sir? Just to take a bit very special care. So if you want to generate dynamic content, I want to generate dynamic content, sir. Usually in our Django with the HTML, we are going to use some special tags. Those tags are by default considered Django template tags. Can I spell out, sir? What that word? Django template tags we are going to use. So we are not giving that much importance for JavaScript because our own Python related template tags by default will come in the picture. Remember that, okay? So with HTML to generate dynamic content, we are going to use what? Django template tags. Remember that, right? Okay. Next, that's all. So this is just a very top level basics terminology, right? Yes, we will discuss template tags, like what is the meaning of template, all these things we will discuss, don't worry, sir. Because do you know MVT model view template model, like the Django is going to introduce some new terminology. We will discuss all those things, just aware the words. It's not correct time to talk about all. So now it is very clear what is HTML. Next, is it a mandatory or not? Next, with HTML, what is the need of CSS? What is the need of JavaScript? Next, like you people should aware, sir. Now, if you consider any HTML page, what is the structure of HTML page? What is the structure of HTML page? Sir, can you please tell? Every HTML page contain how many parts are there? Generally, man, ayo, you never developed application, yeah? I mean HTML pages. Yes, every HTML contain mainly two parts are available. Mainly two parts. Every tag contains start and end tag, right? But sir, every HTML page, I mean source code. I'm talking about source code, not a view part. Source code. If you are going to write a HTML page, then every HTML contain two parts, right? One is head automatically. Second one is nothing but body. Are you getting? For the human being also, head is there, body is there. Are you getting that? Head and then body. Next, sir, what is the job of this head? What is the job of this head? Like this, right? So this head contains metadata, sir, extra information like title of HTML, title. Next, who wrote this HTML page? Who is the author of HTML page? Next, and after that, is there any keywords for this HTML? Keywords for this HTML. Next, sir, with HTML, you are going to use CSS files. Respond. Am I going to use CSS files? For HTML, CSS, am I going to use or not? Yes. So related to this HTML, which CSS files we are using, that links to CSS and JavaScript files, we have to take care in the head part only. Remember that, sir. So head contain metadata like title, other keywords, links to CSS and JavaScript files, like these are type of thing where we require to provide inside head part, right? Next, the second part is there, sir. Second part is nothing but what? Body. It contains original content. Regarding body, it contains original content. Remember that, sir. Okay, original content. Body itself is going to contain original content. Sir, what content you want to display for the end user? where you require to write inside body, right? Okay, so every HTML contain two parts. First part is nothing but head, second part is nothing but body. Head is nothing but meta information like title, other keyword. Next, JavaScript files information, CSS files information you require to provide in the head part. Next, body part is nothing but original content. Clear? Are you able to understand? Head part is visible to the user, body also will be visible to the user. But anyway, head, body is going to be visible to the user. Head is internal purpose. Ajit Singh. Okay, like sir, just observe. Let me take. I'm using edit plus. Here one HTML page I want to take. Observe simple, sir. This is the basic structure of HTML. Now, what is the first? Here have you observed? HTML. This is the HTML page. Sir, here what it is there? HTML like this. To indicate what the purpose of this one? To indicate that it is the HTML. To indicate to the browser it is the HTML page. Oh, this document type is of HTML like that, right? Next, which language I'm using? English language here. Next, if you observe, this thing is nothing but head part. This thing is nothing but head part, and this thing is nothing but body part. Have you observed the tags clearly, right? Body part. This total is nothing but HTML. Next, this is just to specify this page is nothing but HTML like this. Sir, in the head part, other keywords. Next, and after the description. Next, a title. Okay, like this. But I'm not using any CSS. I'm not using any CSS JavaScript. That's why that information is not there. If we are going to use that information also, by default will be there. Clear? Any doubt? Next, if you want to write some data for the end user, where we require to write inside body, we require to write, sir. If you want to write some data to the end user, where we require to write that data inside body. Remember that, sir. Okay. So that's all. This is about what is the HTML, right? Okay. Head part, body part. Next, and after that, like, yeah. Next, Nishant Dwivedi. What does doc type means? Are there any other type of HTML? No. So this is something like it is what we can use the word. It is of HTML type. Something like it's going to specify. Now XML itself is different. Yes, that is the different. HTML, XHTML, XML. Like there are some other things are also there, sir. Okay, like up to this is the clear. Any doubt, sir? Yeah, HTML4 is the old version, HTML5 is the newer version with more extra tags, with more extra functionality. Okay, UTF of 8 is nothing but char set. This is, do you know whatever you are using something like a characters, what we are going to use. So it is according to this standard. Just it is the normal standard only. We are not going to change anything. Don't worry. Okay. Next, Vasudev is asking one very important point. Either HTML, is it the HTML is the case sensitive or not? What answer you can able to tell? HTML is the case sensitive or not? HTML is the case sensitive or not? Okay. HTML tags are not the case sensitive. Not the case sensitive. You can use either lowercase or uppercase, no problem at all. Either uppercase you can use or lowercase you can use, no problem at all. It is not case sensitive. But Python is the case sensitive. Next, and after that, do you know Python itself is the case sensitive? Next, XML itself is the case sensitive. Next, your Java language is the case sensitive. But sir, you may consider, yes, this language is not case sensitive. I hope SQL is the case sensitive or not case sensitive? Can you please guide? SQL in your database select queries you are going to write. It is not case sensitive. SQL is not case sensitive. Similarly, HTML is also not case sensitive. If you want HTML like this, either lowercase or if you want, you can use uppercase also. You're never going to face any change in the functionality. Everything is always same. Okay, like that. Good. So now, as of now, these bleedy things I don't want to use. Just leave that part. Okay, just leave that, but title must be required. Title must be required. Body, sir. Just I'm taking title. This is demo. This is demo, demo session, demo page for the Django classes. For the Django classes, like this I'm taking. So this is the demo page. What I'm going to create for the Django classes demo HTML page, like this. Observe that, sir. Within the body, just I'm taking, sir, here h1 tag, something, don't worry about that. What tag I'm using? Something like some tag I'm using. So welcome to welcome. Here, welcome to Durga, Durga's the Django classes. The Django classes, like I'm taking such. Okay, like you people should aware. Now my question is, observe a bit carefully about this one, sir. So this is the simple HTML. This is the simple HTML, right? Let me save this page, sir. This is doc type HTML. Next time after that, even language, default language is the English only. If you want, you can ignore, no problem at all. HTML in that head part, title, next body part, original content. Now this is the content which is going to be displayed to the end user. Remember that. But this is just a title of our page. Okay, like only two things I'm taking, sir. So for most of the people, these things are very basics, but just bear for a few minutes. Don't worry, sir. I want to save this one. What is the name I can give, sir? Just observe the test1.html. Like this I'm taking. Can you please observe? What is the name I'm using, sir? Test1.html. Let me save on the desktop only. Are you getting? Just let me save on the desktop only. Okay, like this, right? Yes, I saved. Now, sir, if you want to view HTML pages, compulsory some special software must be required. That special software is nothing but browser. Are you getting? Only browser can able to display HTML content properly to the end user. It is not text file. Remember this one. It is a HTML source code I am writing like this. But if you want to display this content, compulsory some special software must be required to display that. What is that special software? Itself is nothing but browser. Best example already aware. Sir, I have PDF file is there. How you can open PDF file? Respond. How you can able to open PDF file? PDF file. Adobe Acrobat Reader. We are going to use, right? PDF Reader, Adobe Acrobat Reader, like we are going to use. Same way, I have HTML content is there. How you can display? How you can able to display to the end user? For that, some browser must be required. By using browser, HTML content we are going to display for the end user. Okay, like this, right? Yes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to take? Yes, I saved somewhere. This is my saved, right? Okay. This is my saved content. Okay, directly you can click, because already, if anything, by using HTML extension, please open by Chrome. Like already I specified somewhere in my system earlier. That's why directly, yes, Chrome browser is going to be open. Welcome to Durga's Django classes. Like, sir, this is the original content what we require to display for the end user. Okay, like let me view page source. Observe that. Is it the same page source I'm using or not? Yes, this is the same thing whatever I wrote. Now here, if you observe, right, this is the head part. This one is nothing but body part. Body part contain original data. Head part contain metadata, right? Sir, now, sir, okay, well, you can able to see body part, but where is the head part? Where is the head part, right? If you consider, have you observed, right? At the title, if you consider that, then you can able to see here. Are you getting? Just my mouse demo HTML page for Django classes, like it's going to display. Correct or not? Okay, like make sure, sir. This is what you should aware. That's all. At very top level, what is HTML? How many parts are there? Next, what head part contain? What body part contain? Clear? No, Nishant, it is optional. It is optional. Don't worry. Yeah. Can I go to the next level? Up to this is the clear for all of you, right? Okay. Yeah. Now the next point here is, for any programming language, what options other than doc type may be used in HTML? Does it tell? Okay. Let me check that. Maybe it is applicable to the XML documents. It may be applicable for XHTML documents. Like, let me check that, Nishant. I will update you. Next. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, that's all. Next. Here, yeah, logo, all those things we will print. Why you are worrying about? Just I'm talking about only two things. What is head, what is body? That's all. Just aware. Next, my point here is, if you learn any language, if you are going to learn any language, any language, do you know first level you people should aware comments regarding in the HTML, how you can able to write the comment? Can you please tell how you can able to write the comment? HTML, how you can able to write the comment? Can you spell out, sir? Yes, please guide. HTML, what is the HTML comment? Okay, like this is HTML comment. Regarding this is HTML comment. Anything you can write, anything you can able to write in this style. Oh, Nishant, anything in this. Sir, have you observed? Anything, just less than symbol, like this is, just observe that. This is the HTML comment. Anything you are writing is treated as HTML comment. Remember that, right? Okay, like you people should aware clearly, right? So now here just observe. Up to this, any doubt? Okay, so now just have a look. Even for XML also, it is the same thing only. Even in the case of XML also, we have same type of comment only, right? Okay, like next, what is the next thing we have to discuss here? Just observe this. So first I will talk about the basic HTML tags. As the part of that, we are going to talk about heading tags. Regarding heading tags, sir, you know, if it is comment, then why does browser not ignore it? Yes, browser is going to ignore, Nishant. It is never going to display for the end user. It is just for internal purpose only. Have you observed, right? Yeah, it is just for, I didn't write anywhere comments. If you want, you can able to write the comment, no problem. Browser is going to ignore. Just observe that. Just observe that this page developed by Durga, just for awareness purpose. Just for awareness purpose, like this I'm taking. Just for awareness purpose, like this I'm taking, sir. Okay, like now observe this one. That's all. If even, do you know, if I send the request, it is never going to display for the end user. It is going to be ignored by the browser. But anyway, in the source code, it is available. Can you please reload? If you observe reload, same. But if you observe the view page source, then automatically, you know, just observe that this page is developed by Durga. Have you observed? This comment is ignored. It is never going to display for the end user. No, it's not a comment. It is instruction to the browser. Omkar. Yes, Vasdev. Just have a look once. Can you please answer the people? Head part and body part, both are mandatory. Both are mandatory. Anyone, can you please tell? If the head part is mandatory or body part is mandatory, please respond. Suppose I am removing head part. I want to remove head part. Just I removed head part. Okay. Let me reload. No problem at all. Have you observed? Now no more title. No more title. No more title. Okay. Well, head is not mandatory. Next, what about body part? What about body? Just let me remove body. Let me remove body. Yes, it is also not mandatory. Have you observed? Demo HTML page for Django classes title is coming properly. Body is optional. I'm not saying anything. Rohit, optional. Now, sir, both the head and body, both I'm removing, sir. Both I'm removing. Okay, like now observe that. No title, no content. Are you getting? So clear indication that, sir, both the body and the head both are optional. Who asked this doubt? Venkat Reddy? Who asked this doubt? Parminder Singh, if you are going to remove HTML tag also, yeah, your doubts are too much, man. Okay, I want to remove HTML tags also. Okay, doc type is already there, right? What will happen, sir? Oh, recognizing. Okay, like no problem at all. Sir, I'm removing this one also. I'm removing this also. Have you observed that? Because browser error, nothing. You're getting browser. So I'm not having anything. I'm not having anything to display, man. I don't know anything about this, but simply browser is telling like, okay, now what I want to do is that test, like, yes, nothing is there inside. Okay. Yeah. Are you able to understand, right? So in HTML, everything is optional. You are not required to do anything, man. Okay. That's all. Clear? Any doubt up to this? Okay. Yes, extension, because sir, text one dot html, because of that extension, yes, html is going to be, browser is going to recognize it is the html file, but if any content is there, it's going to display. If any content is not there, browser is going to dance, because it is not required to display anything, right? Okay, the content is there, then the browser is going to worry, because it is responsible to display that content. If the content is not there, then it will dance. Simple. Array why empty? Nothing. No data is there, like browser is going to tell. Okay, that's it, sir. Clear up to this? Okay, sir. Now this is about error. Now this is about error, and this is what we call head part and body part, right? Next and after that, like now, yeah. HTML and HTML extension. HTML extension means, are you talking about XHTML? Parminder Singh. Parminder Singh. HTML extension means dot HTM maybe. Let me check. I'm not sure, sir. Okay. It is the interpreted, Nishant. Is it compiled or interpreted? It is interpreted only. HTML is the scripting language. Interpreted. All scripting languages are interpreted languages only. Here, who can able to parse, who can able to interpret, is browser software itself is going to interpret. Nishant, are you able to get? Okay. Yeah. Let me check. I'm not sure, sir. .htm extension. So as of now, just aware .html. If that I will analyze and I will update you. Okay. That's all. This is about what you people should aware about head part and body part. Now let me talk about heading tags. Heading tags. Not required to keep much explanation. From our childhood onwards, we know already heading tags, right? Sir, this is H1 tag. This is correct or not? This is H1 heading. This is H1 heading, like this we are going to take. Next and after that, this one is nothing but H2 heading. Next this one is the H3 heading. This one is the H4 heading, like this, right? Just aware. Sir, total how many headings are available? Can you please guide? Total how many headings are available? 6 headings, right? So six headings are available. H1 to H6. H1, H2, H3, like H4, H5, and then H6, like this, right? Next, this is H1 heading, H2 heading, H3, H4, because I want to copy paste. That's why I'm taking. Okay, don't worry about that. So that's all. These are the 6 heading tags are available. Headings are. Sir, one small thing I want to tell. Remember this one. Please keep this point in your mind, sir. If you want to learn anything in your life, remember that. If you want to tell anything in your life, anything, if you want to learn anything in your life, first thing what you have to do is, if you are seeing any word, any term in that language, suppose I want to learn HTML, or I want to learn Python, I want to learn Java, or I want to learn C Sharp. Any word you are seeing, first thing what you have to do, don't open the Google, don't search what is the, for which purpose we are going to use this component, this concept and so on. Don't do that. It's not good way of learning. You never going to learn much clearly, right? First, that word in our day-to-day life, am I using anywhere or not? You have to cross check. Regarding you require to cross check, am I using anywhere or not? Anywhere or not in my day-to-day life? Oh, I'm using this word in my day-to-day life somewhere. For which purpose you are using? Because you are already started using in your day-to-day life. For which purpose you are using? Oh, for so and so purpose. Now think about that word. Then you can able to understand very easily. Anything in our life, sir, anything in any language, if you want to learn, first bring that word in my day-to-day life. Am I using that word anywhere or not? If I'm using, yes, I'm using this word somewhere, man, somewhere in, it's my oral word only. For which purpose you use that word? Identify, think same functionality in the, then automatically you can able to understand very easily. So don't learn technical terms in technical way, learn a technical terminology in our normal generic day-to-day life, generic terminology, right? It is a very important word you people should aware. Okay, best examples are simple. Heading, I'm using heading. Hey, can you please keep heading, like what the meaning of heading? I want to keep, so sir, if please keep subheading, please keep heading. Under a heading, I want to tell something, like in my day-to-day classes, offline sessions, I'm going to use that. Then the students are going to keep heading. Sir, some people are asking, sir, is it a bigger heading or is it small heading? Are you getting bigger heading or small heading? Array, it is a chapter name. That's why better to keep bigger heading. Are you getting that? In that bigger heading, now first topic I'm going to keep. That's why next small heading you can able to take. Are you able to understand the words? Are you getting right? Heading word, how many times we are using in our life? Same terminology here also. Heading means for our web pages also, headings must be required. Okay. So what are various heading tags are available? Okay, in the HTML. These are various things, right? Remember. Aman, Angular I'm not going to discuss because I too don't know. Even all these things for your batch purpose I'm learning and then I'm dealing. Remember, Angular I'm not sure. Okay, if it is required, I will handle, no problem at all. Okay, now have a look once. Here just test1.html. Okay, what are various heading types? You can just observe that, sir. You can just aware these are the headings what we have, sir. H1, H2, H3, H4 and so on, right? Okay, like just observe a bit very carefully about my content, sir. Sir, now just let me reload. Then automatically, are you seeing right? Oh, it is the chapter name, man. It is the chapter name. Can you please give top bigger heading? No. In the subheading only. It is a small heading only. Better to keep this one. Better to keep this one. This one is nothing but this. So no one is going to use H6 heading, I hope. Sir, usually we are always going to use H1 or H2 or in the worst scenario, H3 headings only. That's all. Any doubt? Any doubt how many heading tags are there? What is the meaning of heading? Heading. Is it clear, right? Okay, sir, I want to display weather report. Okay, Hyderabad weather report. I want to display at the top heading must be required. Then automatically, yes, city wise weather report, like top level heading H1 tag. Hyderabad weather report H2, maybe H2. Bangalore weather report, maybe H2, like this, right? So top level heading, next sub level headings, like we have, these are 6 facilities what we have. First thing you people should aware. Next, after completing this heading tag, next cinema we require to talk about paragraph tag. Are you getting that? What the next one, sir? Paragraph tag. Okay, paragraph tag. Sir, just oddly one or two sessions you people may feel a bit bored. I didn't get heading tag. What you are not getting, man? In our web pages, if you want to take a heading, if you want to take headings kind of thing, sir, this is the weather report, I want to keep heading, then you require to use what? H1 tag. Remember that H1, H2, H3, like we are going to use. Remember that, sir. Are you getting? So remember, so these things are nothing but headings. Just aware in our one or two examples, we are going to discuss that. We are taking the body part only, right? Inside body only, these headings we are going to take. Are you getting? Within the body, if you want headings, then automatically, like we require to use. Okay, like that's all. Next, we can able to change. Next, observe that. Sir, what is the next thing? Paragraph, sir. Yeah. Now observe, take a bit very special care. What is the meaning of paragraph? Paragraph tag. What it means, right? Oh, paragraph tag. Yeah. Just I'm stopping the session. In the next session, we will discuss about this one. Yeah.